Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Brothers-in-law. We got a good show lined up for you tonight. This one is entitled How did this happen?" A Sacramento police officer shoots a suspect in the head during arrest. So we'll talk about that this evening. Some good talking points in there that we want to get out to our viewers and have a nice discussion. But first, hey. If you're new to this channel, we talk about police involved incidents that occur around the country. And Mike and I just give our analysis on the actions of those police officers, see if their actions are what a reasonable officer would do, right?
Yeah.
We also take a look at the actions of the citizens to see if they, follow our acronym CALM that we come up with, which stands for comply, answer questions, listen, and move on. CALM, right? And if they had followed that, right, would their situation had turned out differently? Now we know a lot of people are going to agree with us, and most people probably going to disagree with us. But that's cool, man. We ain't here to get no piss and match and see who can, got the biggest stick. That's not why we're here. Our objective is just to give our points of views to you. Why this officer may have done the things that he or she has done, and the actions of the citizens, and see, hey, if they'd have just done XYZ, could their situation have turned out differently? Hey, if you want to bash the police and talk all this nonsense, then hey, feel free to start your own YouTube channel and do it over there. All right, but that's how we're gonna roll. So my name is Corey. I'm a former Virginia State Trooper and a retired Navy Chief Petty Officer, 21 years, and my co-host, Mr. Michael Bradley. Welcome, my brother.
What's happening? What's up? Jesus loves you, Scott W. I see you guys on here. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bradley, a retired police officer in Northern California for 26 years. Also, six-year Army veteran. So we got a good one lined up to talk about today, and it is unfortunate, Corey, because it resulted in something that was obviously unintended. But
Right.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into it. But like always, hey, you're new to the channel, you're liking the content of this, please go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button for us. And we're gonna go ahead and get into it. If Mike, you would do us the honors, my brother, and set it up.
We set it
feel
up.
free to fill the comment section up, man. This is a good one.
And this happened in Sacramento, in California, last year in September, about 4:30 p.m. I'm gonna start the video and then I'm gonna skip it to a section where it picks it up again. So here we go. This sets it up. Shows you why the officers were looking at this car, why they were in this area in the first place. Here we go.
On Saturday, September 14th, 2024, just after 4:30 p.m., Sacramento Police Patrol officers were in the vicinity of Beloit Drive and Bell Avenue when they noticed a blue Ford Explorer driving past them. After the two vehicles passed each other, the driver, later identified as 39-year-old Santino Merez of Sacramento, suddenly parked and exited the vehicle in a hurry. The officers turned around to investigate further, checking the license plate, which revealed that the registration was expired and suspended.
Okay. That sets it up. Here we go. And let me skip to where they encountered the vehicle. Parked on the side of the road.
Where's the guy that just parked this? Niners jersey on. Hi. Where'd the guy go that just parked this? I watched him walk out over here. I just walked out. Niners jersey on. Nothing. Nobody got nothing. Okay, no big deal. There you go. You guys know the guy that had the Niners jersey on that had that car?
That car's not done.
We walked right past him. We walked right past him. He was over here. I watched him get out of the car and go this way. I haven't seen him. Oh. We're going to tow it. That's why I said if he wants his car back, we're going to come out and get it. Nobody knows where it went. It's surprising. They went this way. This way? No. Not search for anything, got a little bit, whatever, I'm not worried about it. I mean, you can pick your head in there. Okay, that's all I need to do. Appreciate it, man. It's just weird that somebody parks their car, jumps out, and runs away from it, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see that, man. That comes through pretty clear. That comes through pretty clear. That comes through pretty clear. Yeah, well, I mean, you satisfied. You want to know? Oh, I'm good, brother. I'm good. We're good. Clear. Dude, I gotta do that on top of that. Dude, just jump out of the car.
All right. So he does see the suspect. He's on top of the RV, actually. And he's crouched down up there, and he ain't saying nothing about it right yet. So that's what's going on right now.
All right, brother, man, you're at gunpoint. I need you to come down. Yo, you're on gunpoint. Get down now. All right? Get down.
Okay, just to get you guys up to speed. The officers saw this vehicle, and as soon as the driver saw the cops, he turned around and quickly parked the vehicle, jumped out, and ran. Now, of course, that's suspicious, right? Maybe not, but yeah, it is suspicious. So they ran the plate. He's got expired tags and a suspended insurance or something like that. But anyway, they have enough to tow the car. Okay. So they're looking for him because he ran out the car suspiciously. They see him on top of an RV. Clearly, he's hiding. So why does the officers have the guns drawn? Well, you got a guy hiding on top of RV. Clearly. So you don't know what he's up to. You don't know why he's hiding. You don't know anything about this guy. So to be safe, yeah, I'm gonna have my gun drawn on you.
And rightfully so. I think Scott had a question in there for you, Mike.
Okay, let me see. Let me go back. Seeing the RV and semi like that, though, amongst other semis, is weird. Unless that's a rest area. Yeah, I think so. I think that's weird. But I have seen areas where maybe you have an independent contractor and they park their semi right there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's close to where they live. Maybe they are really living out of their truck. I've seen that before. But he was on top of the RV. You know what I'm saying? This looks like a homeless road, Corey, where
yeah,
you have a bunch of homeless people living on the street.
Yeah, in conjunction with that might be some type of industrial area.
Yeah.
Where a lot of them go and set up camp.
Yeah.
We don't, you won't see that a lot around here. So yeah, that's definitely uncommon here.
It's common out here. Unfortunately, it's common out here in California. Walmart parking lots, industrial areas where they are less likely to have the cops called on them. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. It just depends on where you are. But it does happen out here. This looks like an area where you have homeless people that either live on the street or camped out in the camper or tents or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And they basically live there on the street. But in this case, this guy was hiding on top of the RV, clearly hiding from the police. So you have to figure out why.
Right. And remember, he's got tactical advantage over them too, because he's up at a higher high vis above, has a better lookout of these guys. And if he wanted to unload on them, he could, because they say he has a tactical advantage over them being elevated. So I would probably have my gun drawn. I don't know, situate. I don't know, but it's not uncommon. It's not going overboard.
Right. I don't think it's going overboard at all. Okay, let's continue.
Your hands in your pockets, just come down. Yeah, we're good.
One officer drew his firearm and issued lawful commands to Merez. Merez stood up, adjusted his pants, and then jumped off the RV in an attempt to escape. The officers immediately pursued him. Merez resisted and pushed one of the officers in the chest. In the struggle to apprehend him, police said one round was discharged from an officer's firearm, grazing Merez's head.
All right. Hey, you're good. Hey, let me see. Stop. You're all right. 23.
Hey, call my baby mom. Get my phone. The password.
That way.
All right.
Good. Stop.
Fucking shot me in my hand.
You're all right, dude.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hey.
You still awake? 23 subjects awake, talking to you. All right, keep talking. What's your name? Brother, talk to me, okay? What's your name, boss?
What's your name? Looking at the wall right there.
Hey, check his vitals, all right? Keep talking, brother, okay? We're gonna get you checked out.
You go with him for a second?
No.
You go with him for a second?
No.
Okay, well, then go get my med bag.
He's all right.
What's your first name, boss?
All right, my guy.
What's your first name, boss?
What's your first name, my guy?
Okay, here's my thing, Corey. He got enough wherewithal to say, call his baby mama and give her my password for the phone. But you don't want to answer what his name is? That's strange. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he got warrants or something like that, and he's still trying to be evasive. Now, that being said, the officers, that whatever happened with the discharge of the firearm, this is why we trained if you're going hands on with somebody, you need to holster your weapon. You don't want accidents like this to happen.
Right.
This department will probably get sued, and probably rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? But because I don't think this officer intended to shoot him. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, again, that's why you're always trained to holster up if they're going, you're going to get into a foot pursuit. This ain't Hollywood, although
Right.
I know this is in California, but you, you don't, as a police officer, you don't get out there and run down the street with your gun after a suspect for this
Right.
very same reason, because you could trip up. Now, again, your trigger finger is not supposed to be on the trigger, right? It's supposed to be outside of the trigger guard, alongside the barrel, but you don't run with your weapon exposed like that, because this is what and then you going hands on. That's the thing that got me. It's like, dude, you're gonna try
Yeah,
and go
what
hands
yes,
on.
definitely once you go hands on, you
Yeah,
need to put that weapon back in your holster because
yeah,
you don't want something silly to happen. You know what I'm saying?
right. Because you saw that he, after the struggle was, or I don't even know if I really want to call it, after they got him detained, he picked his weapon up off the ground. Like, dude, anybody could have just came up and scooped that gun up, while you're trying to get this guy detained or whatever. And so, that's why it's important to holster up. And you're right. I agree. He's probably gonna get sued. He maybe have. Well, I mean, it's Cali, so he may get charges. I know here they probably will look at malicious wounding, anything, negligent discharge. He definitely would lose his job here for sure.
Yeah.
Something like that. And you're
Like
right.
I say, I don't think he meant to shoot him, but
No,
I think it was an accidental discharge in the when he was trying to physically apprehend him. You know what I'm saying? That's why you put your gun up in your holster when you go hands on. I know it happens so fast. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Well,
Uh,
that's what Scott was saying. Did he
yeah,
even have time to holster? I
that's true.
mean,
I mean,
once you saw him make that run to jump, that should have been your reaction to holster up and get ready, because you already know the tall tale sign, right, Mike? Well, every time they get to go and pulling up their pants, making that sun move, you already know what they finna do. Dude was telling you he was getting ready to run. He wasn't coming down. And I don't know what possessed him trying. He was a big boy. I don't know what he was thinking about.
I don't know why he decided to jump off that RV like that, but
I don't know, man. I don't know what he
he
was
did.
thinking.
He sure
But
did.
he did. It should be a muscle memory thing, right? With your training. When you go through op survival training, you get into these type of situations and different type of scenarios they run you through with off survival training. It should be a natural thing that, okay, once that subject takes off running, to naturally go ahead and reholster and secure your weapon in there, and then pursue the suspect. But it's hard to tell. Scott, we weren't there. We're Monday morning quarterbacking. But
I see what Scott is saying though. I mean, did he have the opportunity to holster it in the midst of combat, if you will? Yeah, probably not. You know what I'm saying? But I think you gotta have that wherewithal that before I put my hands on this suspect,
that should be the first thing you do.
Yeah, I'm a holster my gun.
Right.
Reason being, because I can't use my hands effectively.
You only get
I free them up.
What they say, you're combat ineffective.
Right.
Because
And
you only
definitely gonna have both your holster and your I'm sorry. You definitely gonna have both your firearm and your taser at the same time. Not out here in California. We train to have one or the other, first of all.
Right.
But at most, you're gonna put your weapon up in your holster before you put hands on somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, thank goodness he had a backup unit there who actually helped him get the guy detained. But I think out of this, Mike, my biggest hiccup was, even though it was just a graze, but however, I question the time it took them to realize, hey, we need a medical bag to at least try to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, okay, all right, you shot him, you called for rescue, good. All right,
Yeah.
now what's taking you so long to get your first aid? That's like another muscle memory thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
again, training. Hello, let's get the med.
Well, you saw one officer say either stay here with him or okay, then go get my med bag. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
So
It's kind of like, come on, man, let's hurry this up. Yeah,
yeah,
stop the bleed.
right.
And I don't. Okay, you don't want to ID yourself. Couple things with that. Okay, you ran from a vehicle. Why did they run from the vehicle? Well, you already found out because the registration expired, and I think something you said was with the license or something. It's a couple
Yeah,
violations.
something
Okay,
like it. Yeah.
all right, cool. Now for here down here, most people run like that. He probably more likely probably had once.
Yeah, right,
That's why
probably.
you ain't IDing yourself. So I mean,
That's
and
what a cop would think. You know what I'm saying? There
right,
must be something more here if you running from me
right,
and you refusing to give me your name. There must be something more here. But here's the thing, Corey. If he would have shot and killed him, they would have said, well, what was the reason why that happened? They would say all that for expired registration. Well, no,
yeah.
he got into a physical confrontation with him. But still, you know what I'm saying? I
Well,
don't
they
think
did say the
something.
guy pushed off one of the officers. I don't know if it was the
Yeah.
one that did the had the ND or was the other one, but say he did push off. So it was a little resistance in there, if you will. But I don't think it's. I mean, it was enough to all right, that push wasn't necessary enough to cause you to have a negligent discharge. You had a negligent discharge because you failed to reholster your gun, and then trying to go hands on with somebody. You can't
Yeah.
do it. Tone, I had to get back with you on that. I not sure about the body cameras, but definitely still no tasers yet. Still no tasers.
We
So,
had both, Tom. We had body cameras and tasers. So uh
yeah.
we had pretty much everything we needed out there in California. Everything that you possibly could run into, our department had something for
Mhm.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, that's a money thing. I don't know. I mean, it's grant money. I think it was federal grant money, but I don't know why they still don't have tasers yet. I mean that's another whole sidebar. I won't get into that, but it's just a money thing. I would assume why it is they don't have um, tasers yet. Body cams, I'm not sure. I know they were running a pilot program like right before I was leaving. So I'm not sure where they are with that. Hopefully by now they've gotten them.
Oh yeah, I hope so. I mean, today I just don't see an agency doing this job without body cameras. If you do, I ain't saying every agency has one, but if you don't have body cameras, you are asking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah. I
even though
mean,
they can be interpreted wrong, you know what I'm saying? It depends on how you look at it, but you need to have a body camera to do this job nowadays.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's definitely going to be beneficial on this guy. I mean, it's definitely going to help the citizen now. I mean, clearly he was shot by the officer. I mean, it was not. It was accidental. I mean, the
Yeah,
officer
I think so.
did
I
not
think
intended for him, but it was a negligence, a huge negligence. And I didn't read anything that he was suing yet. And it's not to say that he won't, but I'm pretty sure he will. It's California, so
mhm. Yeah.
I know lawsuits will be coming, right, Mike?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's especially if it's an accident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
It's gonna be coming. And rightfully so. I ain't gonna argue
yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? You
But
should have had your
however,
weapon holstered.
however, if he had never ran,
That's true. That's true.
Right? Look at it. Hey, if we would have used the acronym CALM, all right, you know what? I'm riding dirty. I got warrants. Let me just go ahead and finally get this stuff put behind me. Right? But most people don't see it that way, right? Most people with warrants, they ain't trying to go back to jail because they got warrants. They want well, if you stay at your hind parts out of trouble, you won't get warrants. You won't be had to go back to jail. But 9 times out of 10, when they run, that's because they got warrants, or you even running because your license is suspended.
Yeah,
Like,
you ain't running for expired registration. You know what
right,
I'm
right,
saying? So, and you not only did you run, you jumped off an RV a second time to try to get away.
right,
So that tells me there's something more here
more,
than
right.
expired
And
registration.
like you said, he ain't giving up his name. All
Right.
right, you don't have to talk. You
No.
ain't got to say nothing.
And
Uh,
we're gonna find out your
we gonna
name
find
sooner
out.
or later.
Yeah,
You
we
know what I'm
gonna
saying?
find out. So it's no big deal. Like some lawyers tell you, don't say nothing. You can give them your basic pedigree, name, date of birth. Outside,
Yeah.
you don't have to say nothing. You don't even gotta give them your name, date of birth. Uh, you can ask them what you've been detained for or arrested for, if you choose to. If not, keep your mouth shut and go along for the ride. But you learn to fight in court and not on the side of the road. This guy, put himself in that situation. Lucky he didn't get killed. That
Luckily, yeah.
I mean,
Luckily for both parties, he didn't get killed, and
yeah,
luckily for the officer, he didn't shoot him. Well, he didn't kill him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Scott said they still do up in Michigan. Expired tags insurance will get you stopped. Never seen anyone run though. At least on the ride alongs how he's been on. Yeah,
Mhm.
here they'll run because the uh, license is suspended. It used to be um, a charge for a habitual offender, and it was a jailable offense, and guys will run because of that. Um, so usually, if you run here, you either got warrants or you suspended, and you've been classified as a habitual offender, and you're going to jail.
Yeah. See, out in California, you ain't going to jail for expired registration. So if
No,
you run, there's definitely something more there than just that. You running because you don't want to go to jail. So
yeah,
in this case, we haven't confirmed that this guy has a warrant, but come
no,
on,
not to say that he had warrants or anything, but I do believe he was charged with resisting or something like that
yeah,
out of
yeah,
this, and then
he was.
so he ended up still going downtown. Uh, but had he not run, Mike, I think would have been in his best interest. But everybody,
I heard that tone. They don't stop for expired tags anymore. I heard that was recently where they stopped doing that. So I have to research that. I don't know for sure, but that wouldn't surprise me in California, Tone. They getting rid of a lot of stuff here in California as far as how officers can stop you. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, jaywalking and stuff like that. You don't see too many stops for that anymore. And some cities made it illegal to stop for jaywalking, out in California. You know what I'm
really,
saying? Yeah.
wow,
So yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
that's crazy. Let us know what y'all think about this one, y'all. I mean, well, obviously the police officer is at fault here, but
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah. I'm not gonna take away from that.
no, 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 no. I think. Well, here's the question: should he lose his job, Mike?
No, but he needs to be retrained. Now, fortunately, like I said again, fortunately he didn't kill him. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, it was an accidental discharge which resulted in a graze in this guy's head. But should he be fired? I don't think so. I mean, a lot of decisions would go into that. You know what I'm saying? So this is just one incident that you know of. I don't know. Now, if he had 5 incidents like this where he's been taught and corrected, well, now you talk about something else. You know what I'm saying? but we don't know that. So at this point, no.
Nah, I mean, you have to look at his history. What I mean, is he good? Is he a good officer? Has he ever been in trouble? Write ups, et cetera, et cetera. Sure, all those things come into consideration whether or not he's going to be terminated or not. Uh Retraining, yeah. If they don't, definitely have to go back through training again. And we don't know his side of the story neither. I mean,
That's true.
like
That's true.
things Scott said, did he have enough time to reholster?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
and so he got hit in the
He
head.
got grazed in the head, Miss Taylor.
Yeah, he got hit grazed in the head. And so, I mean, yeah, lucky enough the guy didn't get killed.
Yeah.
It was definitely a mistake, not intentional. Um, Human error. Like what I mean, it's a big one. Just like
Yeah.
last week, actually, was the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Definitely a big error. Was last week talked about the female cop shot the guy in the leg for trying to take um, his personal weapon off him, and then it go back to the officer safety. Well, we also got to consider the citizen safety too. In these types of situations, when you have these, that trust factor goes down a little bit. Whether or not they're gonna get hurt by the police. You're not supposed to unless you did something to cause yourself to get hurt. Um, and this guy was trying to flee again and ultimately got himself hurt. Well, if he didn't run, like Goat said, uh, he wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, if not, but for him to running a second time, running away, trying to get away, this confrontation would have never happened that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it did. You know what I'm saying? So I shouldn't say I'm not gonna fault the suspect. It's his fault to a degree, but it's even more so the officer should have been better prepared and holstered that weapon.
Yeah, when like I said earlier, when you saw him making that move to run, that should have been all right. Let me get ready. Uh, to make sure I'm up on him when he does jump, so he don't get away. I don't know. Again, Monday morning quarterbacking, we weren't there, but what's the mindset of the officer? Hey, I got to get this guy right before he gets away. I get it, right, and you just lose focus for a hot second and trying to get him or whatever through the struggle, it goes off. But it should not have. Police officer held to a higher standard, right, Mike?
That's right.
He should have been
That's
the
right.
one, um, more cautious of his actions versus citizen. Nah, they have no really rules or anything to go by. They're criminals. They're gonna do what the heck they want to do. But you, the police officer, are held to a standard, and you have to abide by that standard because it's supposed to protect and serve, not hurt and
Right.
and kill somebody because of your negligence.
That's pretty much for the video. Let me play it out though. I think they say a little something here at the end.
All right, go ahead.
First aid.
Officers provided emergency medical assistance at the scene, while the officer involved sustained minor scratches to his wrist and knees. Perez was taken to a local hospital for treatment and discharged the next day. He was then booked into the Sacramento County Main Jail on charges of resisting arrest and a felony no bail warrant for being a felon in possession of a firearm. No weapon was found on him at the time of his arrest. During the investigation, officers also discovered illegal narcotics in Perez's vehicle. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.
So that's why he ran. He was really riding dirty. You know what I'm saying? So we see that. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, the officer should holster.
And two, because what that's why he ran too, because the warrant and then having that stuff in the car, and he should not have, and that's why he ran. And then because of his running and trying to hide from the police, ultimately almost got him killed. So
Almost, yeah.
so what's the moral of the story, Mike?
Be calm.
Be calm. Don't run.
Don't run.
Don't run.
Anything can happen. When you run, you open up the chances of anything happening. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, Tom. A reaction without no thought of correction. I mean,
right.
you can't do that, man. And then, I mean, I get people are scared and just don't think, they just react, and not thinking of the consequences of that. And that foreign officer, when that happens, in your head, like, God dog it, you know, we don't know how it's going to turn out once we go hands on. You know what I mean? You hope you're able to get him detained safely and nobody getting hurt, but you put that officer in that situation, now he's got to, or she has to react. You know, um, yeah, don't run, stay calm, comply, answer their questions, listen, move on, don't say none at all. But end results to move on. Whether you go to jail or they release you on tickets or warnings or whatever, but at least you go home and you live to fight another day. You fight your case in court, right? Not on the side of the road. And enjoy that money. If you're able to get a lawsuit, you get to enjoy that money, enjoy a new lifestyle. But no fighting, no fight. All right. All right, y'all. That was a short one tonight, man. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up for this lovely Thursday evening.
Yeah.
Super Bowl weekend. So hope you all have a good time with friends and family. Be mindful of no drinking and driving. Uber, take a lift, and stay your hind parts at home like me, and you ain't got to worry about none of that. But enjoy the Super Bowl. And we'll be back next week. Jesus love you. Got that email, and we'll look at it. I'll forward it to Mike, and we'll get it on next week, Lord willing. Mike, final words.
Thanks for joining us, Tone, Scott, Jesus love you. I see Mrs. Taylor, Goat. I see you on here. You guys enjoy the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see you next time.
All right, we'll see y'all next time. Be safe. God bless you, and we love you. Peace, and hand grace.